No longer are the days of retirees spending their days rocking away in a rocking chair on the porch. That's a totally outdated stereotype and a big disservice that cuts older adults from living out their full potential and real desires that are so much more accessible than we're taught to believe. In this video, I'm going to share some details pulled from my book, The Rewire Retirement Method from Aimless to Amazing, some ideas about traditional versus modern retirement. In case you're new, I'm Cyn Meyer, the founder of Second Wind Movement and a life coach for older adults who are striving to turn their retirement years into their best years full of purpose and meaning. And a foundational part of that is flipping stereotypes on their head, beginning with some outdated views about retirement. Traditional retirement focuses on mainly the financial side of retirement. And in case you're curious, according to an annuity.org report, retirees can have a comfortable retirement with a whopping $1.04 million. Regardless of your nest egg amount though, traditional retirement is basically financial planning and financial readiness. It's a theme that encourages you to save up and invest so you don't outlive your retirement years, which is definitely important. But what happens when you're all saved up and financially ready for retirement? There's more to life than money, and several other facets and topics make up a more realistic and modern picture of retirement. For instance, personal growth is a hugely important retirement consideration. And don't forget about your passions and your purpose and community involvement, which are equally, if not more significant, retirement factors. In fact, as a practicing life coach for the past 7 years as of the recording of this video, I have found that the number one thing people struggle with as they make this big transition into retirement is gaining clarity on their sense of purpose, which once that's found, it informs the choices and activities in other areas of your life. All in all, there are several other non-financial categories that make up a satisfying modern day retirement. Modern retirement includes various factors that are equally relevant to a person aside from money. I personally and professionally help people define these details beyond financial planning by following my 5 rings of retirement framework, which is a great way to overcome the negative aspects of retirement, of which there are many. I see them day in and day out. Yes, financial security is a big part of retirement readiness, but we consider it only one of the 5 rings of retirement. And ideally, the finance ring is used to support the other 4 rings, which are where you'll find your purpose and your joy and your meaning. So ring number 1 is growth. This is the area of lifelong learning, new experiences, and embracing challenges and meaningful growth as a human. It's also the core category that keeps your brain healthy too. When you stimulate your brain, neuroplasticity works its magic. You can create new neural pathways as you learn new things, and it helps you maintain your cognitive health and take important proactive measures to prevent Alzheimer's. Ring number 2 is community, which includes your relationships, your social network, and the people that you engage with, your spouse, partner, friends, family, and relationships with the people in your community. This one's super important as social interaction is critically important the more you age. Not to mention, combating loneliness is a big deal, as 52% of Americans report that they feel lonely, and another 47% state that their relationships with other people aren't meaningful. Ring number 3 is health. Beyond the obvious exercise and nutrition aspects of your health, there are so many factors that contribute to your energy level, your brain health, and your overall well-being. The invisible health factors count too. When it comes to being fit enough to enjoy your retirement years, you'll be better off if you holistically consider your physical and your mental and emotional health. Ring number 4 is giving back. When you contribute your talents and your skills and knowledge and share your unique gifts, key phrase being unique gifts with others, it doesn't matter if it's one person or millions. Giving back and helping people gives you a sense of purpose. This is really important, so I want to share a bonus tip because I see this issue all the time. Think beyond the traditional forms of giving back, like the stereotypical volunteer gigs and simply donating to charities. There are so many formats and different ways for you to give back. And more often than not, what satisfies and energizes people the most is non-traditional formats that align with what intrinsically motivates them. You'd be surprised at how fulfilling it can be to impact someone else's life or an audience or a cause that you really care about in your own unique way. And then there's the fifth ring of finance. One of the most meaningful ways to look at money and wealth is as a means to support the fulfilling activities, events, and people in your life. May you use your financial security, budgeting, and estate planning to support your ideal purposeful life. And another way to look at traditional versus modern retirement is Dr. Ken Dickwald of Age Wave's perspective. Gone are the days of living life in three big, clean chunks of education, and then work and family, and then leisure only. With people spending an average of 1/3 of their life in retirement, in today's modern world, it makes sense that a life of leisure only, especially for high achievers who are used to go, 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 is not gonna cut it. The modern way of looking at retirement is about intermingling and interspersing the stages of education, work and family, and leisure. This also puts a different spin on earning money, as in when you consider non-financial factors, you can find a job in retirement that gives more than, well, money. In other words, people work during retirement despite having enough in the retirement funds because they want to. In fact, Rand also reports that nearly half of retirees aim to continue working for that reason. And if you look to all the advantages of working after retirement, the stats make sense. To name a few benefits, having a retirement job can bring you, yes, financial security, but also improved health, sense of purpose. In a nutshell, modern retirement offers a holistic view of how you spend your time and energy, which means a healthy dose of retirement planning goes well beyond financial planning. Among all the uncertainties about going into retirement, one thing about retirement is for sure. Retirement means change. These changes, of course, include both positive and negative impacts on retirees. For example, Pew Research mentions the positive sides of retirement include more availability and more time with loved ones, opportunities for community involvement and travel, a chance to finally do what you love, a chance to pursue a new career. Basically, it's a time to explore new interests, new passions, and a new purpose, where you can set life goals in retirement that are more meaningful. On the flip side, some retirees might feel bored, aimless, or rudderless, or worse, suffer from depression and anxiety, ailments that plague 11.5% to 13.5% of older adults. And that's just counting who gets treatment. The older generation tends to not seek professional help, so it goes unreported. Pew Research Center mentions that some of the negative sides of retirement include memory loss, lack of intimacy, issues with depression and loneliness, fearful feelings around becoming a burden to loved ones. There's a way toward the positive side though, which in my book includes so many more potential positives, especially when you find clarity using the 5 rings of retirement first and then engage outward action. The modern way of looking at retirement is as the beginning of a big growth journey. Naturally, it embraces the idea of planning more than just for finances, 4 more topics to be exact. So may you holistically prepare for retirement. While financial planning is a fundamental part of retirement preparedness, it's not everything. We consider it 1/5 of the core areas to plan following our 5 rings of retirement framework. And here's to recap. Ring number 1 is growth, lifelong learning, new experiences, meaningful work, neuroplasticity. Number 2, community, friends, family, relationships, connecting with people in your community. Number 3, health, exercise, nutrition, energy level, brain health, and your physical and mental health. Number 4, giving back, sense of purpose, sharing your unique gifts, legacy, and contributing. And number 5, finance. Financial security, budgeting, estate planning, and supporting your ideal life. Thank you so much for being here and striving to be your best during retirement. We need more people like you to help shift our culture to be better. Please like, share, and subscribe, and comment on this video. Every engagement that you make with our videos helps us do our job better of creating helpful content for this important audience of older adults. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.